from?
I'm from Kerala.
Okay, God's own country, huh?
Bangalore is my home. My office is in Pune, so we have some strategy meetings, so I had to come.
I'm new to here. I just recently shifted to Ahmedabad.
Okay.
Oh, I don't know much about this place.
I'm from Kottayam, Kerala.
Basically from West Bengal, but currently at Amritsar.
I'm from JNK.
JNK, Jammu and Kashmir.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a really beautiful place.
अंग्रेजी सबको आती है, but proficient level of अंग्रेजी, yes, for there you need to practice, you need much more preparation. तो इसलिए ये preparation होती है, because we all have the basic grammars. स्कूल में पढ़े थे, कॉलेज में पढ़े थे, टेक्स्ट बुक सारी चीजें we used to do it, so we know the basic grammars. But the advanced grammars or advanced level or proficiency level पहुंचने के लिए we need a little more preparation. क्योंकि that sort of language was never taught to us, or we never bothered to learn it. Maybe Shashi Tharoor did. We never did. And when it comes to mother tongue influence, it should not be so evident. As Indians, we have neutral accent. So we'll be having a neutral accent, which is appreciated. Accent is not an issue, but yes, pronunciation or mother tongue influence can be a problem. So we need to work on mother tongue influence. For that, you need to reciprocate the way the other person speaks in English.
Yes.
Understood this part?
Yes, I clear.
Okay, so what we do here is we'll be having continuous practices regarding this. So speaking, you would be doing it with the trainer. So like this would be similar to a session that you'll be having. So it will be done face to face with the trainers. The trainers will be asking you a question. You will be responding to it. Either way, if you have any confusions, you can ask the trainer. And if whenever you're making errors, it will be cleared by the trainers. So you'll be getting a detailed feedback on how your session went. So from the feedback, you can work with the ones that are too evident, or that are too covering your answers, or maybe the ones that need much more importance. So you can work on that in the beginning, and then forwarding the sessions, you can work on the minor ones and possibly work on the language towards the end.
Okay, so today we won't learn any new words or anything, but today we'll just talk. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so I'll ask you about what you like to do in your free time, what are your hobbies, etc., etc. And you will tell me, you'll answer for me, and you try to give as descriptive answers as you can, okay? So tell me about your hobbies. You're in grade 9, so I'm sure you like to play sports.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes?
And reading books also.
You read books also? Which books do you like reading?
Humorous books, ma'am.
Humorous? Which humorous books have you read so far?
Ma'am, one of them are the series of Famous Five.
You've read the Famous Five series?
Yes, ma'am.
I used to read them also.
Yes, ma'am. And books written by Elvin Gilton.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And Journey of Stilton's book.
Okay.
Yes,
Very good.
Okay, I'm working in an IT field and I'm working as a desktop engineer. So basically, it's like solving all the software and hardware related problems of the customers. So there are around 2,000, 2,500 users, where we have to look upon. So that's the basic role of my job.
All right. So how do you usually spend your weekends?
Weekends, I usually spend by going out, having a dinner or lunch, having fresh air, going to the park. And I have one kid, so even I also try to make him active during the weekends with his friends. So that's how I usually spend my weekends.
All right. So how do you usually contact your friends?
Okay, nowadays it's very easy to contact friends because we have internet, social media, a lot of social media are there, like the WhatsApp. You're always online, everybody is online all the time.
So first parameter is your fluency. So how fluent you are in their language. Now see, the question paper is not given to us. We do not know about the question. It's just asked to us at the spur of the moment. So many times people have this thing. The moment the question is asked to them, they will say,
Right, they make certain sounds.
Yeah.
These are fillers. So please avoid fillers. That comes in fluency. In fluency, they will notice if there is any fillers or any stuttering involved.
Okay.
Do not stutter. Do not add fillers. Okay?
Yeah.
The next one is your pronunciation. Now, English is not our mother tongue. So often our mother tongue dialect is reflected in our speech, which needs to be avoided. Please avoid your mother tongue dialect. Believe me, Karthik, I have literally seen some students, they are answering, and in the middle they lose track of their thoughts. Okay, and then I will hear the word ayo, ayo Rama. This is mother tongue, right?
Yeah.
Then they will say walked, talked, laughed. This is again mother tongue.
Yeah.
And it's walked, talked, laughed.
Yeah.
So mother tongue dialect. Next one is your grammar. Now grammar plays a major role. It's a backbone of all the languages. So lot of stress will be on grammar. Like how good are your tenses? Are they relevant to the question asked? How well are you able to make to infer the meaning of your thoughts through your answers? How complex sentences you can create in your answers? Right? How are your linking words? How are your sound everything. So grammar means every smallest thing.
Today we are going to learn about these three words. Should, would and could. Actually, ഞാനൊരു കഥയായിട്ടാണ് ഇതിനെ റിപ്രസെന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ഷുഡ് വുഡ് കുഡ് എൻ്റെ കഥയിലെ സിബ്ലിങ്സ് ആണ്, സഹോദരങ്ങളാണ്. ആൻഡ് അവരുടെ അമ്മ ഒരു ഹൗസ് വൈഫാണ്.
ഓക്കെ.
സോ മോസ്റ്റ്ലി വീട്ടിലെ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ അമ്മയാണ് ഒറ്റയ്ക്ക് ചെയ്യാറുള്ളത്. And one day she was not feeling well. Okay. So ഒരു സുഖമില്ലായ്മ. അപ്പൊ ഇവരോട് മൂന്നുപേരോടും വീട്ടിലെ ജോലികൾ ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് അമ്മ സഹായം ചോദിക്കണം.
ഓക്കെ.
ഷുഡിന് ഒരു പ്രത്യേകതയുണ്ട്. ഷുഡ് ഇന്നസെന്റ് ആണ്.
ഓക്കെ.
അത്യാവശ്യം ആൾക്കാരെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യണം, കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ ആഗ്രഹമുള്ള ഒരു നിഷ്കളങ്കനാണ് നമ്മുടെ ഷുഡ്. ഓക്കെ, ചെയ്യോ ഇല്ലയോ എന്നുള്ളത് പിന്നത്തെ കാര്യം, പക്ഷെ ചെയ്യണം എന്നൊക്കെ ആഗ്രഹമുണ്ട്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വാട്ട് ഷുഡ് ഈസ്. എന്നാൽ വുഡ് കുറച്ചുകൂടി ഡിഫറെന്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പേഴ്സൺ ആണ്. വുഡിന്റെ പ്രത്യേകത എന്താന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വുഡ് എപ്പോഴും ഒരു കണ്ടീഷൻ വെക്കും. ആ കണ്ടീഷൻ സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ വുഡ് ഒരു കാര്യം ചെയ്യത്തുള്ളൂ. സോ ഇറ്റ് റിക്വയർസ് സംതിങ് ഇൻ റിട്ടേൺ.
ഓക്കെ.
അപ്പൊ ഇയാള് കുറച്ച് കണ്ണിങ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പേഴ്സൺ ആണെന്ന് പറയാം.
ഓക്കെ.
ഫുഡിന്റെ കാര്യം ഇതുപോലെ ഒന്നുമല്ല. ഫുഡ് കുറച്ചുകൂടെ വ്യത്യാസം ഉള്ള ഒരാളാണ്. ഇയാൾ കുറച്ച് എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും കാര്യം പറയുകയാണെങ്കിൽ ഒന്ന് എക്സ്ക്യൂസ് പറഞ്ഞ് അതിൽ നിന്ന് ഒഴിവാകാൻ നോക്കും.
ഓക്കെ.
എക്സ്ക്യൂസ് പറയുന്ന ലേസി ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു പേഴ്സൺ ആണ് ഫുഡ് എന്ന് നമുക്ക് പറയാം. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പം ഞാൻ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ സിനേരിയോ ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടല്ലോ. അമ്മയ്ക്ക് സുഖമല്ല, അമ്മ ഇവരോട് മൂന്നുപേരോടും സഹായം അഭ്യർത്ഥിച്ചു എന്ന് വിചാരിക്കാം. അപ്പൊ ആദ്യം ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഷുഡാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഷുഡ് ഇങ്ങനെ പറഞ്ഞു, I should help her. Okay. ഇവർ പരസ്പരം ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്യാണ് കേട്ടോ. ഷുഡ് പറഞ്ഞു I would help her. അടുത്ത വുഡ് പറഞ്ഞു I would help her if she gave me some. ഇതാണ് നമ്മുടെ വുഡ് പറഞ്ഞത്. എന്നാൽ വുഡ് ഇങ്ങനെയല്ല പറഞ്ഞത്. I could help her but I am occupied.
If she give me അവരോ gave me ആണോ?
അതിലേക്ക് വരാം. gave me ആണ് കേട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ.
gave ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഈ എഴുതിയ മൂന്ന് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് കണ്ടില്ലേ? I should help her. മലയാളം പറയാമോ? I should help her.
ഞാൻ അവരെ സഹായിക്കണം, അതായത് നിർബന്ധമായും സഹായിച്ചിരിക്കണം.
നിർബന്ധമാണെങ്കിൽ I must എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ പോരെ? Why should I say I should?
അതായത് ഞാൻ എന്തൊക്കെയായാലും ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യും.
ഓക്കെ, I should help her എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഞാൻ അമ്മയെ സഹായിക്കണം. പക്ഷെ ഇതൊരു ഓബ്ലിഗേഷൻ പോലെ പറയുന്നതാണ്. അതായത് എനിക്ക് അതിനുള്ള ഉത്തരവാദിത്തം ഉണ്ട് എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ പറയുന്നതാണ്. സോ ഒരു ഓബ്ലിഗേഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇതൊരു റെസ്പോൺസിബിലിറ്റി ആണ് എന്നുള്ള അർത്ഥത്തിൽ പറയുന്നു. ശരിയല്ലേ? അത് ചിലപ്പോൾ ചെയ്യാം, ചെയ്യാതെ ഇരിക്കാം. പിന്നെ നിർബന്ധമായിട്ടും ചെയ്യണം എന്നുള്ള ഒരു അർത്ഥം അവിടെ ഇല്ല. നിർബന്ധമായിട്ട് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ഐ മസ്റ്റ്
Must. Okay.
എന്ന് പറയാം. പക്ഷെ രണ്ടാമത്തെ സെന്റൻസ് ഐ വുഡ് ഹെൽപ്പ് ഹർ ഇഫ് ഷി ഗേവ് മീ സം പോക്കറ്റ് മണി എന്നാണ് ഞാൻ എഴുതിയത്. അപ്പം രജുല എന്നോട് ചോദിച്ചു ഗേവ് മീ ആണോ, വൈ ഷുഡ് ഐ സേ ഗേവ് ഗീവ് എന്നല്ല എഴുതേണ്ടതെന്ന് ചോദിച്ചില്ലേ. സോ ഗേവ് എന്നേ വരത്തുള്ളൂ. കാരണം ഈ വുഡും വില്ലും തമ്മിൽ ചെറിയൊരു വ്യത്യാസമുണ്ട്. വിൽ വെച്ച് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളെ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഉറപ്പിച്ച് പറയുന്ന കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്, അത് നടക്കാൻ ചാൻസ് ഉള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളാണ്. വുഡ് വെച്ച് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നതെല്ലാം ഹൈപ്പോതെറ്റിക്കലാണ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇമാജിനറി ആണ് എന്ന് പറയാം. അതായത് നമ്മൾ അങ്ങനെ ഇമാജിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നതാണ്, അങ്ങനെ നടക്കാനുള്ള സാധ്യത കുറവാണ്. അപ്പൊ ഇമാജിനറി ആയിട്ടുള്ള സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ആയതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഗേവ് മീ എന്ന് ഞാൻ എഴുതിയത്. ഞാൻ ഈ വുഡും വില്ലും വെച്ച് 2 എക്സാമ്പിൾ താഴേക്ക് എഴുതാം, അപ്പൊ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ क्लियर आऊं.
जी, एक क्या होता है ना, सब यू नो, अगर एक टीच करने वाले, गाइड करने वाले एकदम प्रॉपरली, मतलब एज ए मतलब फ्रेंड और एज ए पर्सनली अगर गाइड करे ना, तो आदमी कुछ भी कर सकता है. और अगर टीच देने वाले एक्सप्लेन कर,
that's the biggest reason why we have individual sessions, क्योंकि सारे लोग अलग होते हैं, उनके पर्सपेक्टिव्स अलग होते हैं, and yes, उनके लर्निंग के तरीके भी अलग होते हैं. So we make it in such a way that the trainer is comfortable or flexible enough to train the student like that, depending on their individual perspective.
yes, that is the very important. Teacher catch the students problem, that is the very important.
Yes, of course it's very important, and we do value that part very well.
Very important. If teacher no catch anything, he just saying continue, and teacher say yes, after that 0, he no understand. There's no profit.
That's an important factor I want to mention. So if you have any doubts regarding the modules, or whenever you have your session, if you have any doubts, don't fear to ask the trainers. You're free to ask the trainers regarding any doubts.
So the question is, where do you usually watch television programs, right? So you can say, I usually watch television programs at my home. Now, why എന്നുള്ളതാണ് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യേണ്ടത്. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വീട്ടിൽ വെച്ച് കാണുന്നു, പുറത്തെവിടെയും വെച്ച് കാണുന്നു, എന്തുകൊണ്ട് വീട്ടിൽ വെച്ച് കാണുന്നു. അപ്പോൾ യു കൻ സേ, because I have a cable connection at my home, and more than that, I find it more convenient to watch it with my kids as well as with my husband when I'm at home, because this will be a sort of entertainment for all of us. So that is how you put it. Got it? So why എന്നുള്ളത് എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ ഏതൊരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആയാലും ഹിഡൻ ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു വൈ പാർട്ട് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് അസ്യൂം ചെയ്യുക. ആദ്യം ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ആൻസർ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ഈ വൈ എന്നുള്ളത് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യുക. Got it?
Just think like this. Okay. When is your birthday? In which month is your birthday? Yeah.
Birthday it will December 23.
December 23rd. Okay, very good. So at November, is your what is happening to your birthday? Is it past, present, future? What is it? Tell me. At November, your birthday.
It's the future.
Future. Very good. Okay. At December 23rd, what is the status of your birthday?
Present.
Present. And on 25th December? Past. Now are you understanding?
Okay.
Are you getting in this part? So just stick to this example of your birthday. Okay. So on the day of your birthday, it's present. Before that, it's what? Future. And after that, it's what? Past, because it's already gone. Okay. See, I understand that there is an idea in your mind that when it's already happened means before means past and after means future, right?
Yeah.
That is the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the thing is, when you are that is when you are thinking about your present condition. Okay. If you're thinking about this time presently, 10:13, okay. Based on that, it's what? Past, present, future. But when you're thinking about one particular another day, okay, at that time the way it changes, because when something is going to happen, it becomes the future. And when something has already happened, that becomes what? The past.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So before the end of the session today, we are going to look into some basic norms, okay, on how we can develop with our past, present, and future. All right.
നന്നായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു കേട്ടോ, വെരി ഗുഡ്, നല്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ പറഞ്ഞു. I would like really appreciate that you have a very good intonation. You know what is intonation? So intonation is all about the way we convey the tone, the voice modulation, the stress you give. You give stress to the particular words that you're going to mention. So that I really liked it, because intonation is also very important when you speak also. So that you have, I really appreciate it. വളരെ നന്നായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞു. So I would like to give you a little bit of feedback. Include ചെയ്യാൻ പറഞ്ഞപ്പോൾ പെട്ടെന്നൊന്നും വേഗമായി, ഇപ്പോൾ അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല, പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന സെൻറ്റൻസ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് ഗിവ് കൺക്ലൂഷൻ. ഇവിടെ മെയിൻ ഒത്തൻറ്റിക് കാര്യം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, യു വർ മെൻഷനിങ് ഇറ്റ് ഇൻ എ വെരി ജനറൽ മാനർ. Whenever you think or whenever you convey anything, think in personally and try to convey in general manner. അപ്പോൾ കാരണം ഇൻഫോർമൽ, നമ്മൾ പേഴ്സണലി പറഞ്ഞ ഒരുപാട് ഇൻഫോർമൽ യൂസേജ് വരും. ആക്ച്വലി പറയരുത്. Instead of that, you could go for generally, basically, well, so, furthermore, besides, അങ്ങനെ എന്ത് വേണമെങ്കിലും പറയാം. അപ്പം ഇതൊന്ന് ടേക്ക് കെയർ ചെയ്യാം. Coming to the part 1, I love. എപ്പോഴും വി നടുക്ക് വരുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, വൈബ്രേഷൻ കൊണ്ട് പറയണം. ഐ ലവ്. ഞാൻ ചോദിച്ചല്ലോ, വീട്ടിൽ ജനിച്ചു വളർന്ന വീടിൻ്റെ കാര്യം, ഐ ലവ്. അപ്പോൾ അവിടെ എല്ലാം വൈ എന്ന് പറയുന്ന എലമെന്റ് കൊണ്ടുവരണം. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് വെരി ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻറ്റ് കേട്ടോ. പിന്നെ എസ് ഐ സെഡ് ബിഫോർ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഐ ടോൾഡ് ബിഫോർ അല്ല, as I mentioned before അല്ലെങ്കിൽ as I mentioned earlier. as I said before എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഇൻഫോർമൽ യൂസേജ് ആണ്. as I mentioned before അല്ലെങ്കിൽ as I mentioned earlier എന്നതാണ് ഫോർമൽ യൂസേജ്. ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫി അല്ല, photography. photography. He's a photographer. നമ്മൾ പറയും ഫോട്ടോഗ്രാഫി അല്ല, photography, photographer. Okay.
Body language is very important. So always try to make eye contact, and whenever you present your answer, present it in such a way that you are able to see the pictures moving. So what you did is you figured out about the person. You saw the picture of the person, but you weren't able to frame the ideas continuously.
Yes.
So you talked about this person. How about you started off with your childhood time? How about you started off mentioning that being in the millennial group, I started. My childhood was all about old movies or black and white movies, where I got to meet this wonderful actor Rajkumar. And then so talk about the first time you had an encounter, or not the physical one, but not in real life, but yes, if you did have real one experience, you can talk about that too, flaunt about it. But start by mentioning about your first experience or first moment, or the moment you started to see this person first. So from there, you mention how come you started being a huge fan of this person. So he's a versatile actor. And often what happens, people say these sentences like, you actually made few slip errors, like he's incredible actor. So he is an incredible actor.
He's an incredible actor. Yeah, I missed it, I guess.
When you mug up, you end up omitting these words. And his way of acting is awesome. So rather saying acting, his performance is awesome.
Performance. I could have used the term. Yeah.
So awesome is a casual word. So rather awesome, you could have gone for a word fascinating, or maybe well-performing actor, or a versatile actor.
Yeah. I know these words. I don't know why, but I know these words. It's just that those words are sleeping in the back of my mind, or it's completely. I know the meaning of those words: fascinating or versatile. Yeah, I know the complete meaning of it, but exactly when I was speaking, I couldn't
I'll put it
get it to the front, I guess.
Yes, you did mention that you're from Bangalore, right? You are a native.
Yeah.
I have a close relation with Bangalore for 10 years. I've been in Bangalore for somewhere around 10 years. I used to speak the language, Kannada. But now the only sentence I remember is Kannada gottilla. So when you tell me like any words in Kannada, I have it behind my head. But why am I not able to speak? Lack of practice.
Because you've not using it.
Back in my school days, I was able to speak because I was practicing it. But when I stopped it's in my head. So I know what kage is. But it would never come into mind the right time. In the right time,
Yeah.
because it's a lack of practice, and that's exactly what happened in your case. We have a tendency to put our sentences in the most simplest way, so we end up
Yes.
using the other forms. For example, a very simple example I'll give you. Did you get my message? It's a very simple sentence, right? But what
Yes, it is.
different way? I change a word. Did you receive my message?
Hmm.
Sounds a little different. But what if I make it in a different way? Were you able to acquire the information that I was trying to convey?
Hmm.
The words are familiar,
Yeah.
but they are
Yeah.
less used. This is what
Exactly.
we hear in IELTS. So during the discussion, you'll be given a clarity on how you can work on the words and how different a word can change the whole idea. Though the
Hmm.
idea is same, but how it is framed. So just very simple, like rather saying acting. If we change the word to performance, it changes the whole sentence, right? The proficiency
Right.
is elevated.
Hmm.
And similarly, like you have mentioned, I was interested by a funny part. I was interested. So they are
Uh,
actually slip errors. I wouldn't call them errors act
hmm.
because you did not make such error throughout your answer. At
Hmm.
one point, they were an error, and that's clearly because it wasn't focused or you weren't focusing on the idea.
Hmm.
Similar word in part two, we are not supposed to bluff.
Really?
So when you bluff, the problem is you end up making slip errors. You must be conscious about what you give as an answer.
Hmm.
This is what I learned in my first examination.
I will tell you what problems you are facing, but let's hear it from you. What do you think? What problems you are facing with the English?
Problems means experience.
No. Problems. Problems
Problem.
means difficulties. What difficulties you are facing with your English?
English. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because now I'm hearing is I understand, but I have not speaking is some lot of problem. I am getting
Okay.
words into how to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Some problems.
Okay. So do you try translating from your mother tongue?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. That is a big problem to be. Not a
Yeah.
big problem because most of the people do that. Okay, but for the time being, continue on that. Okay, I won't tell you, but keep this in mind that maybe after 1 month, what will be your target? That you will no more translate. Keep this in mind. For now, you have to cut the salad. Okay, but after 1 month, what you have to do? You have to get into do what? Assisting the main chef.
Yeah.
Getting my point? Just
Yeah.
on your, I'm just talking on your terms. All right. Okay. Any other problem that you basically face with your English?
Basically speaking problem.
Speaking problem only. All right. Very good. So now I will tell you what problems I felt. Okay. So then the first thing that I felt okay is a problem with confidence.
Yeah.
You know what is confidence?
Yeah.
You know what is confidence, right? Is confidence related to English?
Yeah. Surely.
It's related to English, but confidence does not depend on English. I think confidence depends on what?
Yeah.
Our confidence depends on what?
Yeah. It depends on work. Confidence depends on work.
Not work. I'm telling what. WHAT. What? Confidence depends on what?
It's self confidence is so I some
Self.
confidence.
Confidence depends on what? Self. Myself. My confidence depends on myself. Okay. So confidence. Why I'm talking about confidence here? Because related to English, a very important thing comes into play. That is fluency. You know, Subin, what is fluency? So fluency means what? When we know what we have to speak, after gaining that level, we also know when to take the break.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is basically fluency. That is the easy understanding of fluency, right? So for fluency, the first very most important thing is confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. How can you build your confidence with English?
Inspire.